friends, welcome to 20 Fingers 2 Brains. This is part 16 of online shopping cart project. In our previous videos, we have seen the design, the implementation of the home page. Now, in this part 16, we are going to see how we are sending an email to customer after the customer place an order or after the products are purchased. So first, we have to design the email template. So to design an email template, we have to right click on this project, add new item. Then from this web, we have to select an HTML page and name it as order template.html. Click on add. When you click on add, this order template.html will be added to your project. So initially it will be empty, completely blank. So to design it, let's go in the source. In the design, we have simply body. Inside the body, we are adding a label, and inside the label, we are displaying the name of our website, which is Shopping Heart. Then we add an image. The image should be some logo. So here we are adding the heart shaped logo. When you are hosting this website, you should not give this kind of images slash. You should give the complete URL. For example, abc.com/images/ like that. Otherwise, what will happen when the user will receive the email, the images will not be displayed. For example, here in this case, when I receive the email, I get Shopping Heart. The image, the heart shaped logo is not visible here. So in we should give the complete URL. After that, we are adding a div, and inside after that, what we are doing is we are simply adding a div, and that div is we are giving some border top, some style, so that we get this entire line, a blue line for this div. After that, we are simply adding a span, and in that span we are displaying hello, and inside this curly bracket we have to name the parameter name, which will be replaced by the code. Here, instead of customer name, the original customer name will come. In our example, if you see, here we have hello Gopal Rajput. So here we are getting the customer name. So to display the customer name at runtime, we have to mention that in curly brackets. Then we have few breakpoints. We have received your order, break your order number is strong, and again we have to display the order number at runtime. So we have to display that in curly bracket. To check your status, click on the link below. Here we are adding a link, and the hyperlink will be displayed at runtime, will be added at runtime to this order template. So we are adding this transaction URL as a replaceable parameter. Then we have thank you Shopping Heart team. The span ends here. So this is a simple HTML form which we have added. Then we are adding one more class, which is the email engine. The email engine is a public class. To add this, simply right click on the project, add new item, click on class and name it as email engine.cs. So when you click on add, this email engine class will be added. It will be completely empty. So it will be a public class email engine. We have to make it static, so whenever we call it from other pages, we don't need to create an object, because static class don't need any object to call them. Then we create a public static void send email method. So this send email will receive three things. One is the subject, another one is the body, and the first thing is the recipient email, the email ID of the receiver. So in this, we are inheriting the namespace like using system.mail, then system.configuration, and all these namespaces we have inherited. Then using the using parameter, we are creating an object of mail message equal to new, and inside this we are using it. So inside the mail message we are sending from the from mail message equal to new mail address configuration manager dot app settings username. Then we have the subject equal to what we have received from the other methods. Then we have body is equal to the body. Then is body html equal to true. Then add to new mail address the name. The mail address will contain the receiver's email. Then we have few settings like smtp. Then we have to create an smtp client which will be useful to send the email. The host of this message will be mentioned in the will be fetched by the configuration manager dot app setting host. And enable ssl, this all these parameters will get from the configuration manager. Then system dot network credential, and we have to mention the network credential of our SMTP. Or this we will also fetch from the configuration manager app settings username password. Then user default credentials true. Then we have to pass the network credential to the SMTP. Then we have to specify the port. Then we have to simply call the send method with all the mail message parameters. So this piece of code will send an email provided we have all the required things which are needed for sending the email. So here we are mentioning a configuration manager. To use this configuration manager, we are using system.configuration. Actually, this configuration manager deals with web config file. So in the web config file, we have the app settings section. We have already discussed the connection string section. Here we have the app settings section. So in the app settings section, we are adding one, two. We have already discussed this keys, admin login ID and password. These are the credentials which we use for the administrator of this website. And then for sending the email, we are making use of SMTP Gmail. We are not buying any hosting for that. So here we have the host equal to smtp.gmail.com. Enable security layer that we are setting as true. Then the username will be your email ID. For example, your email ID is kkk@gmail.com, and that your password. So if you mention all this, that's enough. That's enough for sending the email. You can send the email even from localhost. But one more thing is, like, when you send an email, at that time you will for the first time you will receive an email, like email in your email ID, mentioning that there is unusual activity detected from your email ID. So there is a turn off and on button. So you need to turn off that alert message, security alert. It's a security alert. After that, you can send the email to any desired email ID using this keys. So these keys will be picked up by the email engine using the configuration manager dot app settings username, host, enable SSL, username, password, and the port. All these things will be picked by this email engine, and this email engine will send the email on the desired email ID with subject and body. So when does the user send an email? The user send an email when the user places an order. So we have already discussed this btn order place click, and here we have a method like send order placed alert. So here what we do, we send the customer name. The customer name is already added by the user. Let me run the website. When we click on add to cart, the customer name will be automatically added by the user here. The phone number, email ID, address, all these details will be added. So we have the customer name, we have the customer email ID from the text box. Then we need the a transaction number. So that transaction number, as we have discussed in our previous video, we are getting it from when we are saving the customer detail. After saving the customer detail, we are getting the customer ID, which is the transaction number, and the same transaction number we are displaying on the screen. So that transaction number we are passing it to send order place alert. Let me comment it again. So here we have a method send order place alert. So in this, uh, First we are preparing the body of this message we are preparing. So this means the same default.aspx page populate order email body. So in the populate order email body we are passing the customer name and the transaction number. So here we have it. So string body equal to initially it is empty. Then using the stream reader from the server.map path, we are picking the template order template.html. So this entire template order template.html, the order template.html will be read by where it is. Okay, the order template HTML will be read in the by using the stream reader from starting to end. So reader dot read to end will put all the values, which all the design and everything inside the body. So where we have the body equal to bot, and after we read it, we are replacing the customer name with the customer name which we have provided. We are replacing the order number with the transaction number which we have provided. Then we are replacing the transaction URL. For example, here we don't have a website. So what we do is shoppinghard.com. Suppose we buy a website, then at that time we will pass this URL as URL. We will pass this URL. So this URL will, when user will click on the transaction URL, the user will automatically get redirected to this page, and with the transaction number will automatically be populated using the query string. So once the body is ready, this entire body we are passing it again to the body send order place alert, and this body we are passing it to email engine dot send email. So to use this email engine, what we have to do is we simply need to call, or there's no need to call anything because this email engine is placed at the root folder, so we don't need any namespace to inherit it. It's directly accessible because it's a public and static class. Email engine dot send email, customer ID we already have. uh, we are passing this as the subject and the body. So when user clicks on send email, it is redirected to here, and this message will, this piece of code will send the email. When you receive the email, it will look like this: from to shopping heart, the logo, hello Gopal Rajput, we have received your order number, and click here. When you click here, what will happen is you will be redirected to this page. With here we don't have a registered domain, so if so in that case will be localhost question mark id equal to 4. So it will get the details. It will automatically redirect us to this URL, and it will fetch the details. Suppose the user wants to write fine, so the user will be able to see only his details. So this was uh, about sending email to customers after products purchase. So if you see, we are almost done with the entire coding and design of this shopping cart default.aspx page. In our next page, we will be moving to the admin panel, because in the admin panel we are receiving all the orders. There is calculation about how much products are purchased. So in the admin panel, we have already discussed add category, add products. In our next videos, we will discuss the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pages are there. After that, we will discuss how we are tracking the order. So thank you for watching this video. uh, please subscribe our channel. Also, if you have any query regarding any point you're not able to understand, please feel free to ask us on our Facebook page. And also, if you have any project idea in your mind which you would like to share and like us to make us for you, we will definitely make it for you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.